So went shopping for a suit with my to-be future father-in-law today. Got him dressed up. You know, he had to match the wife and had to match the color scheme and everything. Did a good job. We were checking out, and he was extremely happy when we were going up to the checkout counter. The lady at the cashier is checking us out and everything. And he just randomly said, "This is my future son-in-law. 3 weeks from now." Kind of a cool moment. Yeah.
Mount Rushmore of cool moments?
Mount Rushmore? No, not Mount Rushmore. I've had some pretty cool moments in my life.
That's a good question, man. We can take that one overtime. B Dirk, you want to kind of throw it in there?
Mount Rushmore of cool moments of your life?
Yeah.
I definitely got one that pops in my head. Two that pop in my head instantly. Both of them have to do with celebrities.
Oh.
Yeah. I think because every moment's a cool moment for me in life, but there are those because of probably celebrity or importance of things.
Well, we need to have this conversation in May. It's going to change for me.
I agree, Big G. I agree.
Thank you.
What sign you? Man, Pay have no idea. Man, Pay, I was your age when you was here 14 years ago. We was kicking it that weekend. You little fella. Been there, done that, everything.
Yeah, that was a cool moment for you. I agree.
No, I didn't say that was a cool moment. I'm just letting you know that I was your age way back then.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, Robert.
I'm assuming at some point you were my age, 30, 40 years ago.
I'm just letting you know that's what it was.
He called you Pay Less. He called you Pay Less. He didn't call you Pay. He called you Pay Less. He said, "Is Pay Less wearing a bra?"
I let him swing.
Damn. Hey, man. Hey.
Freaky Fridays are back.
Yes, they are. Full effect. McAfee is in the building. Pay McAfee.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Been a while.
It's been a while since we've seen the Mac man.
Yeah, he's back in full effect, y'all.
Is this Pay McAfee? It might be Brown Bag or his cousin Red Cup.
I listen. I don't want to see no part of Brown Bag. Brown Bag Pay is an alcoholic. He's an alcoholic. I can't have Brown Bag Pay.
I mean, you're familiar with alcoholic football fans, G.
Facts. The whole Steeler Nation is alcoholics. They're alcoholics. All of them.
First of all, that's a little bit of hyperbole going. All of them. You can't lump all of them. And secondly, man, opening day was today. You don't want the Yinzer smoke. They've been drinking since about 10 a.m.
That's facts. That's facts. I'll be in big trouble, man. That's facts.
Hey, B Dirt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this to you because I know you have an understanding. In honor of Pay McAfee's Ali-like return to the ring, where you know where I'm going, don't you, B Dirt?
I don't. I don't think I do yet.
You know where that's from, right?
No.
That was Kamish talking to Mike McD.
Oh yeah. Well, the verbiage threw me off there. Yeah, the Pay McAfee had me looking in a different direction. But
right,
yes.
So I might go ahead and celebrate myself.
Oh, ruh-roh.
With the red cup and some tequila.
Ooh. Tate, what is you doing, dog?
Too much.
What is you doing, man? What is you doing?
Man, I gotta get myself ready for B Dirt's wedding.
Oh
man.
I'm 3 weeks from this moment right now. I'm sure we'll all be hanging out, having something in a red cup.
They're gonna be blue, you know better.
Hell to the victim.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
Oh no, mine will be red. So do I need to bring my own red cups? I wouldn't think about that, but now
you're gonna have to have your own red cups.
Hey, Paul Block said, Quadfather said, cut it out, Tate. You're testing out that new kid. You take no risk, bro. Stop that mess, bro.
Hey man, just what you call it is real, just a little bit.
A snippet.
A snippet. I don't know how new that is, but yeah, that's kind of what we used to call it.
Big Pun, stop encouraging him. Big Pun talking about get it done, Tate. Stop encouraging him. He's a ringleader at Alcoholics. He's a ringleader, bro. Stop that.
Be the ringleader of the Steelers fans?
Tim called it a sip.
Yeah, I had this sitting on my bar. What is Patron? Pay, I'm asking you. Or be dirt you. Patron El Cielo. What is that?
Tequila.
No, I know that, but like what kind is it?
Strong tequila.
No, it's just an especial edition of Patron.
Oh, okay. I'm saying I had silver and platinum before, but this is yeah.
It's like a reserve edition of the silver.
Okay. Well, fellas, man, let's Big G, go ahead and shout out all the folks you seen in live chat. First, it's Friday night. Thanks everybody for joining us. I see Claude Jr. is in the building.
He called that boy Claude Jr. The black and gold standard, Kirby.
Hey, Big G, we know firsthand now because we share that Smash the Gas podcast thread. Kirby saying some ridiculous stuff.
Bro, in the private chat, Curb makes me look like a superhero. In the private Curb made me look like a superhero, dog.
Hey, so much so that I told Curb today, Curb, you need to listen to Big G sometime. Big Dirk, that's what I said.
Wow.
Hey, listen, wow. I marked it in poster board. I was like, damn, Tate gave me credit. Oh my God. He said G spitting facts.
Wow.
I even said G spitting facts. You can listen to G sometime. Said nobody ever till today.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, that's how bad it was, Peter. It was bad. I was like, damn, am I the voice of reason now?
What's Tim calling bullshit on already?
Talking about Kurt, talking about that I sound like a superhero. You know, that's like McCloud. All right, so listen, live chat. Tim Lyons, Craig Withrow, Quadfather, Dennis Poblock, Big Pun. What is you doing over there already cutting up? Black and gold stand up, Kirby. You're going to the Matrix early tonight, Kirby.
What a Friday, though, huh?
Floor. Yep. Brett Howell.
Red Cup Pay in the building. We got Tate having his first drink in 7 years. We got people cursing in the live chat. I'm ready for the show, man.
They ready to go. Luke K 777. What's going on, man? Robert, what's happening? Tommy Dessenberger, what's going on, bro? We got a lot of people. I know I saw Jar Devil in there. Swoozy's in here. We got a lot of people early and often. We're up to about 44 people right now. I'm pretty sure by the time we get lathered up, no pause, no diddy, but in a few minutes in the show, we're going to be all right. Juice Bellamy just came into the chat too. What's up, Juice?
Juice in the building. Thanks everybody for joining us on a Friday night. The homies, you know how we get out on the homies. So what we're going to talk about tonight, fellas, we're going to talk about draft analyst Zierline. What's his name?
It's not Brian Zierline. It's I can't call it. I got you. Give me a second. Put the poster up.
Yeah, put the poster up.
That's what I'm doing.
Zach.
Greg Zierline.
Brian. Brad.
Kicker.
Is it Greg Zierline?
He was a kicker.
I don't know. I'm just gonna keep saying stuff. Oh man!
Don't even got his first name on there.
That's trash.
Damn.
All right. Well, Zierline. He did a mock draft. Lance Zierline. Thanks, B Dirt. Yeah. So it's Friday night over here, man. Everybody got red or blue cups around. But yeah, he did a mock draft. His third mock draft. Just Tuesday. Dropped Tuesday. and he picked these particular players to go to the AFC North teams. We got the Steelers trading back Big G from 2021. Wow, is that a fine?
Oh no, that's a drink.
That sure is. Sure was.
Bottle down, Tate.
Bottled down.
Now you can't blame that one on me. My hand's right here and my bottle right here, nice and quiet.
Keep your hands where my eyes can see.
Hey, so Big G, they had the Steelers drafting what's his name? Harmon? Yeah, Harmon. Darius Harmon.
Yeah.
Derek Harmon with pick 26. They traded back from 21 to 26.
Biggie Bronco, welcome in.
What's up, everybody? Afton. I gotta let you see me with this double salute. One,
Got the cap.
two.
Okay.
Man,
What
you say, Big G?
I was almost gonna say that's zesty. That's zesty.
Yeah, well, we
That's zesty.
We really don't care if you say it, considering you're the originator of the whole both ways. Both ways salute.
It's a fact.
But had the back to what we're talking about. Had the Browns taken Abdul Carter, edge out of Penn State, with pick number 2. B Dirt, we're gonna get into this. Had the Bengals taken Mike Green. You think that's trash by Zierline already?
Yep.
I'm with you, B. I'm with you.
Hey, we'll get into why. There's multiple reasons.
Yep.
But had him going pick 18, 17.
17.
17 to the Bengals. And when we was talking about it, I think we talked about it briefly. Me and Big G talked about it. I know you guys just drafted an edge out of Clemson just like a year or two ago. Right? Who's that guy?
What's that?
That's a
I'm
fly.
sorry. What'd you say? What'd you say, Tate?
I said you guys just drafted an edge out of Clemson. I think it was just a minute
Miles
ago.
Murphy. Yeah,
Miles Murphy.
He hasn't got a lot of chance to really show anything on the field. That was I'm kind of holding back a lot of my analysis of some of our younger defensive players because that was Lou Anarumo's MO. Was he played, his veterans and did not get much rotational play into the younger guys.
Okay. So you got at least a player coming in next year for sure that you're gonna see more of, hopefully. And they got the Ravens drafting safety out of South Carolina, I believe picked 28 or 29, maybe 26 or 27. They lost in the first round. What's his name, Big G? Nick Imeyoro?
Yeah.
He's called Nick E.
Nick E.
Yeah.
So had him going to the Ravens to pair with Kyle Hamilton. I mean, I'm sure the Ravens like that, right? But I don't like that as a Steeler fan. That could be quite a dominant duo back there at the safety position for years to come. Yeah, so all right, so Pay, we ain't forgot. For all that noise making you got going on over there.
Huh?
Yeah, come ahead and try and act it out. But yeah, so fellas, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go to break. I'm just gonna play the intro and we're gonna take a pause for the calls right after the intro. About 10 seconds. We're gonna get into Zierline's mock draft. First, talking about the players he projected to be drafted by these teams. We're gonna go through that first for all 4. Then we'll take a break. We'll get into who we would like to see your team get, so your team pick in the draft.
Yeah. No Diddy. No Diddy. Don't even try to sneak past that one, pal.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No Diddy. You got to chill.
So I hit myself with the no Diddy. But
You hit yourself
all right,
with the no
everybody.
Diddy.
No Diddy.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. Hear the intro, take a quick break. We're gonna be right back to talk about Zierline's 3.0 draft for the AFC North. So you're watching on YouTube, you know we're not going anywhere. If you listen on audio, let's hear a few words from our advertisers and partners, and we'll be right back after this. And we're back on the Homies Podcast. Pay, is that can we really like hear the outside? I hear cart engines and stuff. Is that a thing?
Oh, who? You hear what?
Cart engines. It sound like is it sound to your background?
There is.
I don't know. I thought I heard car engines. I see.
it.
Okay, well maybe I don't know what I heard then. I guess everybody doesn't push mute when we go to break, so that you can really see where the pause is at when you're inserting the ad. But yeah, you know, I just do things by the book. But fellas, somebody has something smart to say. I heard a breath.
Now we can't breathe. Jesus H. Christ. Tyrant Tate is in the building, folks.
I thought today was
Don't
Friday.
breathe. What was
Yeah,
that noise in the background?
Yeah, come on, man. What did you talk about? Let's go.
So Big G, keep up with the chats and super chats for me, please.
I got you.
All right, well let's get into it, fellas. We already said we'll talk about the Browns first. The Browns picked number 2. Shedeur Sanders had his pro day today. I thought it was a decent pro day. Yeah. I thought he was more impressive with the interviews and dealing with the media and stuff afterwards.
Agreed.
They, he showed real maturity and potential leadership, and but that doesn't make up for the lack of athleticism they say that he has. But is he just as athletic as Brock Purdy? I'm asking. I don't know.
Is he? He's more than athletic than Brock Purdy.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to check. But Brock Purdy was picked Mr. Irrelevant, so there's the difference.
I wonder if this is being like subconsciously graded on a curve, right? Because he's fairly athletic for the position quarterback, but he's not fairly athletic compared to his dad. You know what I'm saying?
He's Dion's boy. He's Dion's boy.
The DNA is a little off on the mobility side of things, but I think for the position, I think he's plenty good, plenty of an athlete for that position. His athleticism will transfer to the league in that position for sure.
So real quick, since B Dirt just mentioned, he didn't bring it up. I understand what he's doing with it. So all of us, you guys, which parent would you say you're most like? Like Shedeur obviously got his mother's athleticism, didn't get his dad's athleticism, but he looks like his dad, sounds like his dad. So what from your parents, B Dirt, Mama Darlene, and your dad? Who do you take from?
Facial features of my mother, and everything else would be my father. Voice, mannerisms, sarcasm, athletic ability, all that kind of stuff would come from my father's side.
He knows crabs too.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. And Pay, what about you?
Same as B Dirt, an amalgamation of both. I look like my dad. I think I have more actions that are you would see you would possibly say like that you take after your mom in that way, but it's about down a little because there's certain things that my dad does that I do, and people remind me like you just like your daddy, you're your daddy's boy. And then there's a lot of things that I see in myself like my dad don't do that. That's mom right there.
Right. No, I get it. Big G, what about you?
Blended appearance. I mean, people say they see my dad, Nathan, and they see my mom, Beverly, and me both. But as far as the athletic ability, Tate, my dad was a super athlete. My dad played major Division I college football and all whatever else before he got hurt. He coached for years. So I followed directly in the path of that with my father, athletic ability. Well, my dad was a running back. I was never a running back. My dad was super fast. I was
You
decent.
were blocking for dad.
Yeah, pretty much. My dad was super fast, so I'm like Shador in some ways, where my dad was a super athlete, and then some of the athletic DNA went to me enough to where I could play, Division I college football and JUCO and all whatever else. So yeah, I got some of it, but not all of it.
Yeah, I mean, and Big G, not that you, I don't know. I think you hit your ceiling early because you was a great athlete when we was young and in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, what you could do, it probably back then, 6'2", 250, 260.
Yeah.
Dunk a basketball at 6'2". You might even been like 6'1" for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you could dunk. You had a nice left hand hoop game. You was fast. You wasn't the fastest lineman at the time, but you was top 3, 2 or 3. You and your strength. I mean, the weight room and the squat and all that. Yeah, Hey, if everybody didn't know it, Big G was a beast at one time in life, for sure.
Yeah, not no more though. Not no more. It's over. It's over. It's all over with, man.
You still trying to get into a phone booth with Pickens if he act up?
Yeah.
Are you finally gave that up?
No, I ain't giving it up. I got something for Pickens. He get to cutting up, boy. Me and him going to the phone. I'm not a phone booth. That's too close. I need to be in a locked room with a weapon, and I'm straight. In a locked room with a weapon,
Okay.
and I'm good.
How big is the room?
12 by 15. 15 by 12. 12 by 15, I'm straight.
That is specific.
It's a big room.
Yeah, it's a big room.
I gotta be able to move. Man. What is he talking
You
about?
don't want him to be able to move though. That's why you say phone booth.
No.
I would concur. I mean, 12
he's gonna run circles around you. Get tired.
Yeah, 12 by 12 might be too. Might do 10 by 10.
10 by 10, shrink it down.
Yeah.
A cell. Let's go into a cell.
Like some of them boxers do. The boxers that's sticking and moving, they want the bigger ring. The boxers that fight on the inside in a phone booth, quote unquote, they want the smaller ring. They want the smaller ring and the heavier gloves.
Yeah.
That's what you need, Big G. A smaller ring and your weapons is your heavier gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
But for me, real quick, it's I look like my dad. I have some of my dad ways. I mean, my mom was really, really smart, really, really community oriented, gives back to the community and cared about politics and all that kind of stuff. So I get a lot of this stuff internally from my mom. Externally, though, I think a lot of my dad. I look like my dad. I get that all the time.
Facts.
And just, my dad was an old country boy from down in Mississippi, came up to the north. And from the time he got up here, probably 1965, 64, 65, he got everybody secured a good job at that time. He was going to the auto plants, worked at General Motors for like 30, 35 years. But he was in them streets, which is why him and my mom didn't stay together. He was in them streets. But, so I had at one time in life, I had some of that. I had some of it all. So like everybody said, we're kind of a mixture of all our parents. The best thing you can do is try and take everything good from them. What you say, Pay?
Papa was a rolling stone.
Yeah, he was.
Ever he
I don't know.
that.
They used to tell me, Pay, our cousins in St. Louis, like, man, every time Uncle Earl came to town, it was like a rock star was coming to town. He let us do everything our parents wouldn't let us do. Took us to the movies, gave us money, bought us candy, all kind of stuff. Then the older nephews, like, Kenny and Beaver and Punch, and the ones older than me, Pay, believe it or not, we got cousins older than me. But, he's let them get the car and drive and stuff. But anyway, B Dirt mentioned that. I was just a question, sidebar. So the Browns taking Abdul Carter, pick 2. Shador's pro day today. They need a quarterback. Do they pass? Is Travis Hunter the best player on the board? Give me y'all top 5 players in order, if you can, real quick.
Top 5 players that will be drafted, or top 5 players in, power
on
ranking?
The board, power ranking, the players.
Okay. G, who you got?
Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Mason Graham. Oh, 5 is tough. Probably Warren, tight end, Penn State.
That's a good one.
I got Abdul Carter.
One.
Abdul Carter, number 1. I've got man, this is tough. Abdul Carter, number 1. Maybe what's his name? Jalan? How do you say his name? Walker out of Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
I got him number 2. I got Will Campbell and Membu number 3 and 4. Number 5, I'll throw Cam number 5.
Be dirt.
I agree with Abdul Carter 1. I go Mason Graham 2, maybe a little homer. I go Jalen Walker 3. I go who do I want it for? I'm gonna do Tyler Warren 4, Ashton Genty 5.
No Travis Hunter?
Nope. I don't have in my top 5.
Wow. Well, I think that's one of I like your list, but
I got him just outside. I got him around 6-7.
Oh, a lot.
Okay. Well, mine is I agree with Pay. I got Abdul Carter, number 1 overall. I got Travis Hunter, number 2. I mean, you can't be that good playing both ways, and I cannot put you in my top 5. Number 3, I probably have if he's healthy, I'm gonna go Michigan too, Big G. I'm not gonna go Mason Graham, I'm gonna go Will Johnson.
Oh.
Hey, if he's all the way healthy, that dude, if Travis Hunter's not getting drafted as a corner, Will Johnson the best corner in the draft. So
that's facts. That's facts.
I'm gonna put him 3, Genty 4, and my 5th guy would be the offensive lineman out of not the one from LSU. Who's the next offensive lineman? Or the other offensive lineman from Alabama? No,
from Missouri.
Say his name.
Calvin Banks is from Texas.
Yeah, no, not him.
What's his name? Pay from Missouri.
Ahmad Membu
from Missouri.
That guy. So them are my 5. But all right, back to the Browns spending number 2, projected by Lane Zierline on Abdul Carter. You guys think that's a good pick for the Browns? Big G, you go first for that one. Okay, go ahead, Pay.
Go ahead, Pay.
I mean, 3 of us have Mr. Carter as the number 1 actual player, actual prospect on the board. I think we agree with the Browns for the first time ever in a decision that they more than likely they're going to make because
we agree with Lane Zierline right now.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the word out of the Browns this week was that they have no plans to trade up. So we might be agreeing with the mock drafter, and we might be agreeing with the Browns too. I think out of everybody that's in the top 10, we all think Abdul Carter's ceiling is the highest. We all know that his floor is probably the highest as well out of the guys that you would think. The other guys that have been in conversations of being a top pick, Cam Ward and Travis Hunter. I think this is the safest pick for them. I think they actually caught a blessing getting number 2 because taking Cam Ward, you are immediately putting yourself in a quarterback controversy from the second you give the card to Mr. Goodell. So to push that off a little bit, even though you got to move off of Deshaun at some point, is Cam Ward ready to be a quarterback day one? Because you have for the Browns, you need a quarterback now because Deshaun's not playing this season. So do you want to draft your franchise now, Cam Ward, when there's obviously questions about him being the best player in the draft? Probably not. I don't think that's a dice roll that you want to do. I'm taking best player on the board, and it just so happens that the team in front of me wants a quarterback so bad that they'll leave the best player in the draft on the board. Give me that. I like the potential of the Browns drafting Abdul Carter instead of Cam Ward.
I like that, Pay. I like that. Big G, you go ahead with your thoughts.
Well, I agree with Pay with what he's saying. I mean, there's no way you could pass on a generational talent like Abdul Carter. But fellas, I've been doing some film study, man. Like I deep dive film study over the last 7 days. And I'm going to tell you something. And this might be a hot take or a Big G burner or whatever the heck you want to call it.
Normally is.
Walker and Abdul Carter, there's not that much difference.
We both had them in the top 5.
Listen, I'm telling you guys.
They had them in the top 5.
Yeah. I'm watching Tate, watching film, watching Tate. That kid's a game wrecker, man. Walker is a game wrecker, man. And so you can move him around like a chess piece. You can put him in you can put him in the zero gap. You can put him on edge. You can put him anywhere. And his job is either to destroy the quarterback or just like you lining him up and you don't know what they're going to do with him. So, but you got to take Abdul Carter, but
Super chat number 1.
That Walker kid is a little different, y'all. He's a little different.
Claude Bishop, thanks for the $5 and the wonderful, wonderful words of encouragement. Claude Bishop says, listening to you guys makes my ears hurt. Where is the knowledge, gentlemen? Thank you, sir.
He said, "Where? What? Where?"
He said, "Where? Where is the knowledge?
Where is the knowledge? That's the
Where?
joke. That's the joke right there."
Hey, now I will say that YouTube be jacking stuff up that you type in the super chat. It be jacking it up.
I've had some stuff jacked up when it autocorrects real oddly.
Yeah, it does. So thanks, Claude, for the super chat.
I agree with you. Jalen Walker is a very flexible chess piece on defense, and specifically when you talk about moving him. So Abdul Carter also started in the middle and got moved to the edge. They have very similar college careers. What I really like about both of them is coming out when they do the outside rush, they come out of that bend and have another explosion to them as far as getting to a new speed. Reminds me a lot more of TJ Watt than Myles Garrett or those guys. That's who it kind of reminds me of.
Yeah. So would you take Carter at 2, B-Dirt?
Yeah. Well, here's my official take for the Cleveland Browns. Gentlemen, get used to it. Kenny Pickett starts in the AFC North again.
That's facts.
That's where we're at. That's where we're at.
That's
and I think those two guys and what they do with Myles Garrett, getting him moving around, standing on top of the center, acting like he's dribbling between his legs. He's going to get more flexibility to move around when you can move Abdul Carter on the edge. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to be their chess game on defense, and I think they're totally cool with winning 3, 4, 5 games this year again. And drafting their quarterback next year.
Yeah. Agreed. I agree.
That is something you could do, B-Dirt. I mean, there's something else you can do is overdraft a quarterback and name him your franchise player. So another thing you could do is overpay a quarterback and make him your franchise quarterback.
Correct.
I think the Browns I think you want to give them a little credit. They're learning from past mistakes. Shout out to Jimmy Haslam because he said so this past week as well.
So this is a good question for you guys. G, you've been talking about next year, draft class for a while now. Would you rather have the number 2 pick in this year's draft need a quarterback? Would you rather have number 12 next year?
I think based on the quality of quarterback for next season, anywhere in the top 15, you're going to walk out of there with a quarterback if you have the pieces to move to get in position.
That's
with
what
a kid that I would think would start day 1.
I think they're probably a team without a quarterback that's going to be picking in that top 15 again, bottom half of the league.
Bro, can we pump the brakes on a team without a quarterback? They have Pickett. Let's give some respect to KPA.
You know what? Put him in the trash can for that comment, man. Stop that.
So listen, I'm just saying, I think they're going to be in the bottom half again. They don't have a very good starting quarterback.
That's better.
That's big trash. Let's go, man.
And I guess that's from Big G to Pay.
And if you can get that generational player, you just extended Myles Garrett, man, I think you could start building that team for the following 2, 3, 4 years out could be a lot different
I
than this.
would,
Yeah.
I do agree with you. I would agree with you even more. They didn't give Myles Garrett a no trade clause because then they could be moving him next year, have even more young talent infused by one being sorry, having a good pick, two getting off him under contract, and being able to acquire more for next year's draft. And then Deshaun Watson will become off the books after next year.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll be in a great place. But anyway, enough on the Browns. We're going to take our last break real quick and come back and move a little faster. We got about 25 minutes left to get through. The other players that Zierline, we're not going to take as long because the Browns need the most rebuild. We just need to talk about
And that was intriguing.
It was intriguing.
The Bengals one's not that intriguing for me. I'm going to tear that down in about 38 seconds.
Yeah,
So we'll catch up. We'll catch up.
The Steelers aren't either because, he could be kind of right with that one. He could be. Wasn't just off. So, yeah, we're going to take a quick break. If you're watching this on YouTube, we're not going anywhere. Stay with us. Listen on the audio platform, be it Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon, iHeart, wherever you listen to your audio podcast at. We're going to hear a few words from our advertisers and partners, and we'll be right back after this. And we're back on the Friday Night Homies. I'm here with the homies, the crew. We got, come on, man, Big G in the building. We got Wee Boy. B Dirt, go on, scoot on close to the camera. Show us your cap, your embroidered cap. There it is, Wee Boy of the Year. Y'all know what it stands for.
Balls.
Y'all know what it stands for.
Balls.
And we got the homie little fella, Big G, paying his boys on the NBA Central Division Countdown Monday night was talking crazy. Can you believe I had a Bulls fan say we want to smoke with the Cavaliers in the first round?
I know it wasn't pay. He know better.
Oh, he agreed with him. I said, man, just 3 weeks ago, you jokers were saying we don't know how to lose right. Now they done won. They secured the 10th place in the play-in. Now they feeling hype over there. So I don't know, man. But
Stop it. It's a sweep. Stop it.
This Monday is going to be a great show. So if you can check that out on the Know It Alls channel, we hosting over there. You can get it on Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan, Bleachers and Speakers, and everywhere else the rest of the guys are. But all right, let's jump right to B Dirt. Go ahead. Mike Green to the Bengals by Zierline, the edge out of Marshall. What do you think? Go ahead and assassinate it in 40 seconds, like you said.
Here you go, Big G. What defensive front do the Pittsburgh Steelers run?
They run a 3-4 B Dirt.
So your ideal outside or edge linebacker would be about what size? Would you say about 6'3", 250?
Perfect.
Okay. If you're running a 4-3 defense, outside edge rusher, would you want them to be a little heftier than that? On that outside 4?
About 6'4" to about 275, 280.
Okay. Mike Green is 6'3", 251. The Bengals run a 4-3 defense. They traditionally do not draft players with only 1 year of real productivity, especially from non-Power 5 schools.
Facts.
And, you put all those things together and then put the outside the field issues that we've started hearing about Mike Green and what we went through this past season with Jermaine Burton. I'll say no thank you.
Yeah, I agree in totality. I think what happens is we get all the silly season for draft, and these guys fall in love with combine numbers and pro day, right? Two things. The tape should match the workout, but then the characters got to match the tape. And I think there's question marks for that Green kid at two out of those three things. The tape doesn't always match, and the character doesn't always match. So you're swinging for the fences, hoping you hit a home run, and it's really might just be a single.
And after we got burned on doing that last year in the third round where people were thinking Jermaine Burton was going to go 4th or 5th round because of his off the field issues. I think we stay away from it. Afton said, how often are we actually in a 3-4? So the beauty about the 3-4 and the beauty about the way the Steelers run it too, right? They always have those 3 up linemen, and then they have 2 linebackers off of that edge. So there's always 5 people close to the line of scrimmage, and you never know who's coming, who's dropping, and moving that stuff around. I like that defense personally. So, I mean, you're always sending at least 4. You just don't know if you're sending the 5th or you don't know if you're dropping somebody.
Well, the Steelers are in nickel 58% of the snaps anyway.
Most teams are running a nickel.
You're a nickel. Yeah, Steelers are a nickel 58% of the time. So, it doesn't really even matter. But our edges, the problem with us is that compared to a traditional 3-4 defense, how in the past our edges stood up and you didn't know if they were blitzing the passer or if they was rush edges or they were dropping coverage. Now, with TJ Watt and Highsmith's hands in the ground, you know that they're rushing. So there's the disadvantage in being in the nickel and being in the 3-4.
Mm-hmm.
Big G, read the super chat. It's about you.
Claude said 3 weeks ago from tonight, Big G will be calling me Sir Bishop for a whole week, and I can't wait. Yeah, Claude, you know what? I just need my money. Run that $25 super chat to the podium as soon as it go down. Because you're going to be sick when 4 running backs go in the first round. You're probably going to be sweating like Mike Tomlin. As soon as when 4 running backs go in the first round, you'll be like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Yeah, I know what you're going to do.
Go stand in the corner now.
You're going to give up that 25, Claude.
Okay, so we got receipts.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, for you too, Big G. Big Dirt, keep them for you.
Yeah.
We got plenty of them.
Yeah.
But so no Mike Green. I concur. I don't know that if I'm picking at 17, if that's the guy I want. I think you can easily get him late first, early second. He'll go before pick 40. I don't know if he goes in the teens or even the early to mid 20s, somewhere between 26 and 40, I think, with him. Mm-hmm. Pay, the Ravens taking Nicky, right? Nicky. What do you think about that? Is there potential in that for the Ravens? How do you see that?
I don't think it's a bad pick for the Ravens. I would prefer a little bit some other names that were still available. But I mean, that's just a preference in my opinion. I don't know what the Ravens know. I've only seen tape on the players that I'm more preferential over, and that's a bias on my part. So what I've seen out of the Nick guy that Zierline has the Raven going to Baltimore and pick whatever that is, 28 or so. I don't think it's a bad pick. I think he can step right in and be a difference maker for Baltimore day one.
Yeah, facts.
So that's what you're looking for out of the first round. No matter who you pick, what position it is, you want to draft a difference maker on Thursday night. And I believe the Baltimore, if that's the way they go, they would do that.
Okay. Big G, to you real quick, man. The Steelers, he has them trading back from 21 to 26. I don't recall what they picked up and all that. I think a third rounder. Taking Harmon, D tackle. This should make Claw happy, Big G. D tackle out of Oregon. How you feel about that? Where Zierline's going with that?
It's the incorrect move for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Listen, we need I'm telling you, we need a traditional nose tackle. Kenneth Grant is the target. I think he's the target for multiple teams, right?
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm just gonna play devil's advocate because I'm a Steelers fan too. You say that because they do need that, right? They do need that.
Correct.
But don't they need somebody to be ready to replace Cam Hayward and be part of a really strong rotation like Philly has of just sending pass rushers at you?
They do, but they really need a nose tackle. The Pittsburgh Steelers, we have not been You listen, people talk bad about our defensive backs. The reason why is because we don't get pass rush in the middle. People talk bad about Patrick Queen last year in the season he had. You know why? Because our D tackle or our nose tackle wasn't taking up 2 blocks. Claude lives in the matrix. He don't even know what the hell he's talking about. Stop it, Claude. So, but the issue is, right, he's trying to. But you need a nose tackle in that defense. So my deal is this: if you trade back to 26, there's not that much difference concerning the tape between Harmon, between BJ Sanders out of South Carolina, and between Tyleik Williams out of Ohio State. Right? There's not that much difference. But at 26, you might be able to squeeze Omarion Hampton at 26. So if you trade back, go get the number 2 and who I deem the number 1 running back off the board, because that's a position of need just as much as D tackle is a position of need for the 2025 season versus Harmon and Harmon's body type. Y'all got to go watch the tape, man. People are so excited because of what he did a few plays here and there. Harmon takes plays off. He's got a lower torso, so he doesn't have necessarily that push. He's all upper body strength. It's a lot going on with him. It's a lot.
I agree with that, and I agree with you there. I think I talked about the top 5 players. I think Hampton is a top 10 player.
Mm-hmm.
Not far. Yeah, Omarion, not far behind Ashton Genty, far as Ashton Genty, far as running back rankings. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Genty's the favorite. He's viewed as a generational. We'll see. I like him a lot. He played small-time college football, Boise State. Mm-hmm. So I'm nothing against him. He did everything he was supposed to do. He played. But I agree with you, Big J. I think Steelers fans are just fixated on D tackle.
Yeah.
Of any sort. And with that being said, I got to tell these Yinzers real quick. Steelers now, Alan Saunders. I feel like myself and G tell you guys most of the time. Sometimes G crash out and switch it up, but he talk about the Steelers. But this is what he had to say.
Look, this is a team that is rebuilding, and it is not in win now mode, but it is going to be pretty good while it's rebuilding. And like, people get very frustrated at the status quo at 9-7. And I understand that. And what the Steelers are attempting to do is not necessarily the way most other teams go about it. Mm-hmm. So I understand some like skepticism about the process. But if they do it, if they get from contender to contender without having ever been below 500 in between, same head coach, that will have been one of the greatest and most difficult team building jobs in the salary cap era of any sport.
Thoughts, Big G?
The sign. That's big fact. Listen, most teams, when they lose a generational all-pro, first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback, they tear the team down and they tank so they get an opportunity to get a player like the guy that they just lost.
And some of them don't even tank. Some of them just be sorry.
Yeah, they suck. They suck, for lack of a better word.
And with that being said, I'm going to go back to another thing. This is the if you guys can see it, this is the records of all the teams since – this is for Steeler fans, none of us specifically. Steeler fans since 2000, since Mike Tomlin's been your coach, you've had the 3rd most wins in the NFL. In the NFL.
183 and 107. 183 wins, 107 losses.
Now, the Patriots, we know they won Super Bowls. They won 3 in that span. They had won 3 before that, or maybe they won their 3rd in that 2007. No, they lost the 2007 season, didn't they, to Eli, right? Yeah, they did. That's when they was 18-0. Yeah, and lost the Super Bowl. But the Packers, I'm sure Pay doesn't care for that much. And the Steelers, the Ravens are up there, they'll pay top 4. Not as many wins as the Steelers, but Maybe you see them catching them this year because they're only 6 games behind. And the Chiefs, as much as they won in the past 6-7 years, they had 1 2-win season and 2 4-win seasons during that stretch, and a 5 and 11 win season. So they've been down. I mean, so the model of consistency in all this time, the Packers, I don't know, the Patriots had a losing season. The Packers, I'm not sure, Pat, you can tell me that they did. Aaron Rodgers last season was a losing season, wasn't it? That's the only one I remember.
Where are the Browns at on that?
I didn't go past 25, B. Dirt. I didn't have room for it.
They probably 32 and counting.
Well, yeah, they had like a 0-16, the one that sets you back right there.
Yeah.
So
big pun.
What pun say?
He said, "Homies, where you?" I can't even do it. He said, "Homies, where you find that film of that scrub doing a take from a prison cell?"
Y'all can hate on Al Sanders all you want to. Al Sanders is one of the most credible reporters for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I agree.
He's top 5 credibility.
If he would have said that about Stephen A. Smith, it'd be funny.
No, I'm not ripping off. No, not on Steel Curtain Network, but I'm gonna give Al Sanders some credit.
He top 3, maybe top 2 in the local Steelers media, local Pittsburgh media.
Is he top 2 and not number 1?
Well, I just don't want to give number 1 away easy. I have to really think about it. So I'd say he's number 1 right now, off the top of my head.
I don't think
I listen to him all the time. He's better. No, I'm going to say that, but I'm not saying who he's better than. I know who I listen to is I think just give hot takes out there all the time. But yeah, so now we talked about.
You want to throw your co-host under the bus. God, keep going.
But Tate, listen, seriously. You have to take 3 positions of need. D tackle, running back, swing tackle. Quarterback is 90% going to get addressed with Aaron Rodgers for 2025. As crazy as that sounds, he's going to get us through 2025 with Mason being the backup. This is not the year to address that position. So your top 3 positions of need: swing tackle, a guy that can play both sides, a running back, and a defensive tackle. You have to address those positions. I'm not taking the 3rd or 4th best.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Big G, but this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm not taking the 3rd or 4th best defensive lineman, defensive tackle, when I can get who I deem the number 1 running back. It doesn't make sense, especially if I trade backwards.
I agree. I agree because we need defensive tackle. Yeah, don't mean we got to take it with the first pick. You know? So, man, Pay, you playing political ads on TV.
Got to get the money.
But yeah, man. So I think you get the best running back one of the top 2 running backs if you pick him at 26. Then because you traded back, you're gonna get some. You still gonna get a good quality D tackle. Then at that point, I'm comfortable if you go D tackle.
Yeah, facts.
You know,
facts.
But
and they're there. Tyleek Williams, B.J. Sanders, Josh Farmer, who they brought in for all 30.
Okay, hold.
Robinson, they're there.
Hold on. With that being said, when we get to the player you want, we're just gonna pick them and kind of go from there because I do have the Steelers top 30 visit tracker, and if you can see, just based off trend, I don't think I know they'll bring a quality guy, a top flight quality guy in, but if you look at the right side at the D tackles they've brought in, nobody of name, nobody with 1st round potential. So if you read the tea leaves, I don't necessarily think they're just fixated on D tackle in the 1st round. You see some I believe some 3rd round quarterbacks in there.
Yeah. With
Tyler Show. And they visited also with your boy Big G Jackson Dart.
Yeah, they did.
But I heard you talk them since today. You kind of feel like they might be coming off Jackson Dart and you could be okay with it and look for the QB next year.
Yeah.
The wide receiver also. They got your boy Matthew Gold from Texas, both the Iowa State wide receivers and TCU wide receiver Savion Williams. I think Golden could be one or two receiver off the board. I think Jaden Higgins he could be a trade back candidate if they want a receiver. They could trade back, pick a running back or D tackle, and then come and get Jaden Higgins in the second round if they trade back to get a second round pick. So I'm just saying the Steelers aren't looking at it like only D tackle. They have a lot of running backs on the board.
Yeah. But Tate, look at the D tackles. There's still quality. Like you said, third or fourth or even fifth round. J.J. Pegasus, Black, the big kid out of SMU. He's a dancing panda too. He's like 6'3", 335, 330 pounds. You know, there's guys there that you can get at that position to play defensive tackle that the quality is not that far away from Harmon. That's what I'm saying. You don't mess around with this. If you can get a running back one, a guy that could be a day one starter, and legitimately trade back and pick up draft capital, do it. It doesn't make sense to not do it.
Right. All right, fellas, transitioning to get ready to close the show. Get on over to B Dirt's breaking news. South Carolina women just won their Final Four game. They advanced to the national championship Sunday evening. They beat Texas by like 17, 18 points. So when I last looked at the game, it was really close. It was like in the second quarter, it was a close game going into halftime. So 74-57. Big G, one of your teams, your winner's still alive. Mine too. I picked South Carolina, though I had them playing USC, but we know why that went like it did to this point. This would have been the game tonight. UConn versus USC and Juju playing, but they got UCLA. Yeah. But okay, real quick, Pay, who would you like to see the Ravens get in the first round with their pick? If you're here,
he's out of here.
Okay,
B Dirt. Ask me.
B Dirt. I'm gonna go into B Dirt, but first, that's an HR violation, Big G.
That's facts.
Can't just be getting up, leaving the work site.
That's facts. That's facts.
Hey, B Dirt. So at 15, no green. Who you got?
Who do I want?
Yeah.
Who do
I mean, realistically.
So
give me both.
So there's been a little bit of chatter going on right now about Nick E possibly being there for the Bengals too. Ooh. So I kind of like that. It solves a problem. But we can't, and I said this yesterday on Running Through the Jungle, we cannot miss on these first two rounds. We need at least one starter and at least one impact player. So I wouldn't be mad if they took a page out of the Lions book from 2 years ago and drafted a little bit more need here and maybe got ahead of where the value is and took a Tate Ratledge guard from Georgia or Booker, the guard from Alabama, so they got a dog guard.
Yeah.
I like that.
Booker is a dog.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I think he might have been the guy, which I said is Alabama. You guys didn't say Booker. You guys said Pay said the guy from Missouri, but I think I was thinking about Booker. But Pay for the Ravens. Well, what do you think, man? Who do you think they'll get, and who would you like to see them get?
Fight him again, man.
Hey, man, now we understand why you put the red cup away, because truthfully, you obviously couldn't handle the truth.
It's a roller.
Go ahead.
It's a roll of the dice that far back in the draft about who you thinking. 3 weeks out, who you think will be available at that point in the draft. I do like with Zierline what he's barking at. However, the way I think is going to fall out, I think three quarterbacks are going in the first round. I'm not buying into the hype that Shador is going to fall this far. I'm not buying into the hype that Jackson Dart won't, be brought up very early. With that being said, I do expect Nick Gordon, Amarion Hampton, Mike Green, and a few others to be available at the Ravens draft pick. And out of those three that I just named, you're just highlighting right there, I think I think Mike Green will be a big addition for the Baltimore Ravens, and I also think Amari Hampton could play as well as the heir apparent to Derrick Henry.
Well, I'm feeling it. I like those players. Yeah, absolutely.
I do too.
Yeah.
Go ahead with the super chat, Big G, then get to your take on it.
Jay's upper teeth, he said, I think that we should trade out of the first round. Nah. Trading back, yes, but not out of the first round, no. No, not out of the first round. Too much quality.
Would you trade out of 21 to 32 if you got a second, a third, and a fifth?
So that I would
to 33.
I would end up with 2 seconds, the first pick of the second round, 2 seconds, 2/3 and a fifth, and 2/5. Yeah, I'd do that.
Okay, yeah. Because
I would.
I think you still get one of your you get to D tackle in. I mean, because you're obviously sacrificing Harmon, right? But maybe you get a Mecca Booker. Maybe you get one of the D tackles fall. Maybe it is Nolan at 33. That's value.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, so there's a lot of different ways you can go. But yeah, I think I would take that trade too. So Big G, who do you think they take and who do you want to see them take?
I think the number one target for the Pittsburgh Steelers is Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle out of Michigan State. I mean, out of Michigan, not Michigan State, Michigan. I think by far he's the guy that the Steelers want at that 21 pick. I mean, I've heard all kind of other guys, and really, to be honest, all you people that's out there is speculation. There are people that have feet on the ground, ears to the floor, and the Steelers are being hush about what they're doing. And I think Omar Khan set it up that way because he wants an opportunity to be able to go whatever way he wants to go.
Shout out, pump your brakes on Wednesday night. The Steelers are doing a great job of masking their 2025 draft plans. We already talked about that, but go ahead.
Yeah. So, but at 21, I think Kenneth Grant. If they trade backwards, I think Omarion Hampton. I think Omarion Hampton is the guy. If they trade, they have to stay in front of the Baltimore Ravens, who possibly could pick them. Omarion Hampton, I think, is the pick at that point.
So when the Ravens pick where? 27?
28, I think. The Ravens pick 28. So they'd have to draw. They can't go back any further than 27.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I don't dislike that. I think they'll take. I think they trade back, man. I don't know. I agree with you, and I think at that point it's just BPA of need, right?
Yes.
I mean, if it's Hampton, one at 26, I don't think one of the D tackles is going to be. We just looked at the list, right? The top 30 visits.
Yeah.
I think it's somehow Matthew Golden slid down there, and I think the Steelers are bigger on corner than you may think.
Yeah, I agree.
Jahdae Barron, if the dude I said is top 5, Will Johnson from Michigan, slides down because of whatever reason, I think he's an option. Yep. So corner, receiver, and running back if you trade back, one of those.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But I'm gonna tell you, Tate, and this is gonna piss a whole lot of Steeler fans off. If Golden is the target at 21, GP's getting traded. And maybe that's how they recover their second-round draft pick. If Golden's the target at 21, GP is out of there. He is out of there, bro.
I gotta see that for 1 year. And that's one of the things you and Curb was talking about. I think the Steelers, man, I just want to see what Metcalf and Pickens look like. I think it can work. I think you play George Pickens, let him go off if he wants to, have a year, blow up like it would against Jamar Chase. And the Steelers know they're not plan on re-signing him. They got their number one guy when they picked up DK Metcalf.
Right.
Then he plays well. Good for him. He can get more money. Good for us because he's going to get paid and we'll get a better third-round compensatory pick going in the next year. But that would actually be the 27 draft. But still, it builds your stockpile. So instead of trade him now when he might have late third or fourth round value, I think you let him ball out and then go somewhere free agent. And you can franchise tag him or get a compensatory pick for him. So that's where I'm at. I don't trade him right now because the value you're gonna get back not high enough.
Yeah, I get it.
But
Feel it.
all right, fellas, we're about to jump on over to OT. B Dirty, tell us what we got going on in OT, man.
Man, we're gonna talk some basketball. We're gonna I guess you can't really dip your toe in hockey. It's ice. But we're gonna touch on hockey a little bit. Do our Mount Rushmore of baseball players. Currently 2025 season baseball players. We got some, NBA chatter, and finish up with a little bit more football, a little bit more draft stuff. So, and college basketball's in there too.
And it's a Super Chat Friday.
So,
that fork in the road stuff could jump off.
It could change up.
Yeah.
Okay, fellas, well, Pay. Go ahead and take us home, man. I got the right outro today if you say the right thing.
Arrest Brett Favre.
But that's not it.